Woakes has to lead it. It's never as good as it is. For them, this is actually first day in Pakistan. The distance looks a little greener than probably in the next saying absolute discipline.
Everyone, absolute please. To go when England were here in a blade of grass on it, so surface for the bowlers. This will be the challenge before them this morning.
Challenge Pakistan, so you
key ingredients. Paul feels twice the player when he's over a series against Bangladesh, as a does, every team does at the start of it. People say how important it is to China. I think the first thing that that little tinge, the first there is a suspicion amongst those that happen over the next 2, 3, 4. Day one will be England. Test matches at a bit of an average to Sri Lanka for the win that game, but for England, do nothing. They'll say absolutely done will be to survive
because the three-wheelers made. But both captains will by what, at least 2 or 3 days,
and maybe.
Rami's biggest series, so he missed the whole of the shock it, but it's Brooke obviously just slightly where.
Close, but not close. Ball slanting back into the stump. A little ginger in his.
He's already in these first 2 back a little bit, but straight up. Given you the thing about cliche as well is that at home overseas, the umpire's decision bowl well.
His form away from home isn't very discrepancy between Duke's ball nipping around where he has to often bowl with a for attack this morning.
Continuity. His batting has been get off to any good comfortable bit of a lottery.
Here 2 years ago.
Well, the team's there. He's been given the nod. How to find ways of balancing that.
Not carry to the slips. It doesn't. There'll be some variation.
Yeah, that was first test against West Indies. Straight away, he's got. When he gets loose on 35 Ks, we're seeing someone like him. It's early discipline.
These playing baseball cricket, where over 10 overs there's change of plan.
Really bored on the first day in Royal.
And have got what, 4 for the offie.
A feeling that the batting had to. It was a bit be just that bit smarter.
The other thing that pays value hitting the deck hard is going to be.
Yeah, it was particularly utilising the Mark Wood's role, not that his role, and then it can be as skillful. I wouldn't have. But you might get some.
England, the short ball, they cover that line.
Yeah, the potential for that. Conditions like this, you 10 overs, 15 overs.
The other thing to introduce spin. It looked just there is this possibility. He's in form. 5 without a wicket down. 3 runs. He cricket and so a 6.
Session with 2 deliveries, Tan 2 extra cover and through the offside as well. Just
a rough square here at Multan.
To us, Rami, supposed to be in Karat, or was it Multan?
Massive renovation. Just fell in.
So that's all in.
The time Champions Trophy. The Champions Trophy shed. Got to say, and Simon, you.
All this a plan. It's there nicely, but you just think you can tick. Bounce has made all the difference. 4 on the first wicket is down.
Strangled down the leg side so many times. Way to get out, nevertheless.
Atkinson is sharp. Always a possibility for an oak leg side. Don't keep Mark in.
Maybe looking to that line at all. His head.
Bounce. Then you.
Abdullah Shafiq and likes to play.
Missile. When you get. Why the batters? But there's so many of them.
There's a bit of back using the crease. Pale turned down by remaining in the crease and uncertain with it. Abdullah Shafiq runs with an average of.
They right to stick with the hard to get in the tip.
One of the things to play the ball late.
Pick up 2. Back foot, then driving. 14 for 1.
Yeah, it's nicely weight onto the back foot. You're making contact. If you
To the dressing room environment.
And you're losing it. All well and good. Holding your own form up. Nation if you're losing and not get series, as there is on Ollie Post. The last.
although ironic, first innings runs.
At times he looks to be in flawed, gets out. Point. You lose that respect, don't you?
This is the first question. If 50 or that first 100.
Stand in respect to stay. Happened because we played on perk, the offside and the leg side. Run precise movement when he is hit.
A sweet shot. And at no stage is it proper class.
It carves it away. Well, if they run well, yes.
Sensible from both.
Runs for of the last ball of that.
Nasser Hussain alongside.
Everybody who's joined us is the only thing that hasn't been.
Well, courtesy of the Lush.
Yeah, it is, yeah. It was a little bit because of that quick pitch, but it was technically very sound, beautiful.
Spoke about before, all 3 of them. All 3 in Pakistan. Outlook. Going Multan, you had Jack. It was pretty hard to make.
On the leg side. Tries to close the.
Yeah, England's the man that will give them the extra.
Recently. We've. The fewer.
Copied you.
Well, in the hand, just play.
Very useful shot to have. He plays a lot. Behind square on.
Stop order. They've all had this figure to 1 start. Made that Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka.
Low down there.
Control but gets 4.
Shah Masood. This with the extra boundary.
There with the angle across to the intent or the. He's been given. Just be very off the line.
We're at play review for the feared scope. It's pitching outside decision to not screen.
They just have to by the Pakistan skip.
England's reaction was
The
With the chase.
that's twice now, Crawley. That offside. If you are trying, but timed beautifully.
A side edge. Tighter to the stumps. Robkey and Kampa.
Bashir as early as possible. Since we started, we've
Just to keep an eye on the outfield here, you wouldn't say it's rare.
And extra the foot to the pitch of the Masood, a lot of confidence.
So Pope ring 9 gully or a 6. Some short stuff. Roll. He'd be the quickest. This is the look.
a lot of time.
And reasonably around the field and expect
Gloves on this occasion, but
and a well fine leg.
challenging for Pride and Car.
When, as a fast ball,
Bashir gets no because
I think that's where he needs to be a bit more pro. And we should review, and you could. So it's a bit of a partnership. Andrews
from that charge looking to come down, did it to go.
took it facing length from that one.
He's passed Shoaib Bashir. Outsponds from Shan. Oh no! Well, he's played beautifully and surely would have gone.
really from that range.
Go.
Gone out, and it was a shot. Abdullah Shafiq run. He's played.
To both of you, really, is just to get out of the way.
If it's too high, you actually block. You're attempting that stroke, and
The off spinner introduced.
Captain Shan Masood.
Well, that's the just dropping up the length and punish. Both play at Somerset. First choice spinner in the England. Born at Somerset, Shoaib.
Off spinners prefer to.
Deliveries were a bit slower. Ahead of mid-off batting. Ashanat, I'm going to change something for one. Bowled 4 overs from
Mid-on. Abdullah.
Great, but no need for that.
This one, everything worked for the pacer and hit through the line.
Working for him. Remember, innings counts. His field's out of form. Well, everything.
Especially good.
It was a good decision. Way things have panned out.
For Shah Masood anyway. First one run quickly. Long leg goes out of the ball. Beautifully struck. Is over the rope. Clear. Working.
Competent against. Get count after winning the.
Has been found beautifully. Bashir just that little bit of.
Expose the stumps to find.
Go to a half century. Beautifully struck. Goes through to his in Test match.
Once again, great use of the feet, trusting his skills again. Grand way to bring up your form.
53 not out. Past the half century.